You tell yourself you'll do it later. The message, the project, the decision you've been avoiding for days, maybe weeks. You know it matters. You know it probably won't take as long as you imagine. But somehow, you still don't start. And the strange part is this. It's not that you're doing nothing. You're scrolling, cleaning, watching videos, thinking about the task, doing almost anything except the thing itself. So, what if the problem isn't laziness? What if you're not avoiding the task at all? What if you're avoiding one emotion that comes with it? Most people think procrastination is a discipline problem, a motivation problem, a productivity problem. But if that were true, procrastination would feel relaxing. And usually it doesn't. Think about the last thing you avoided. Maybe it was an important email, a difficult conversation, a creative project, a job application, something you knew you should do. Did you forget about it? Probably not. You carried it around all day. It stayed in the back of your mind, while eating, while watching videos, even while trying to relax. The task wasn't gone. It was following you, quietly. And after enough time, something starts changing. The task stops feeling like something you need to do. It starts feeling like something that's wrong with you. You stop thinking, I haven't started yet, and start thinking, why am I like this? That's when procrastination becomes personal, because now you're not just avoiding a task. You're questioning yourself. You look at other people who seem productive, people who take action quickly, and you wonder what they have that you don't. More discipline? More motivation? More confidence? But what if the answer is none of those things? Because most people who procrastinate aren't lazy. They care too much. They care so much that the task becomes emotionally loaded. Every action feels meaningful. Every result feels personal. Every mistake feels like evidence. And that's where the real problem begins. The emotion most people are avoiding is an effort. It isn't work. And surprisingly, it isn't failure. It's the feeling of not being enough. Think about it. The moment you begin something important, you create the possibility of finding something out. Maybe the work won't be as good as you hoped. Maybe someone won't approve. Maybe you'll make mistakes. Maybe you'll discover limits you didn't want to see. And your brain treats those possibilities like threats. Not physical threats. Psychological ones. Threats to the image you have of yourself. Your brain wants to believe you're capable, smart, creative, competent. But once you start, reality gets involved. Reality gives feedback, and feedback can challenge those beliefs. So your brain develops a strategy, a very human strategy. If you don't fully try, you never fully find out. And for a moment, that feels safer. Because unfinished potential feels better than tested potential. As long as the project stays in your head, it can still be perfect. As long as the idea stays unfinished, it can still become anything. But the moment you begin, it becomes real. And real things can disappoint you. So your brain hesitates, not because it wants you to fail, because it's trying to protect you from emotional discomfort. Think of your mind like a smoke alarm. A smoke alarm exists to protect you, but sometimes it's too sensitive. It goes off when there's no real danger. Your brain does something similar. When a task threatens your sense of competence, the alarm activates. You feel tension, resistance, anxiety, doubt. Then you reach for something easier. your phone, a snack, another task, anything that removes the discomfort. And it works, at least temporarily. The feeling goes away, the pressure drops, and your brain learns something. Avoidance equals relief. Not because the problem was solved, because the feeling disappeared. That's how procrastination becomes a habit. Not through laziness, through emotional escape. So how do you stop reinforcing that cycle? First, stop asking, "What do I need to do?" And start asking, "What am I trying not to feel?" Because underneath most avoidance is an emotion. Fear, embarrassment, uncertainty, inadequacy, and naming it matters. When you identify an emotion clearly, it becomes easier for your brain to process. The feeling becomes something you can observe, instead of something controlling you from the background. Second, reduce the meaning you're attaching to the task. Many people treat tasks like judgments. If it goes well, they're good enough. If it goes badly, they're not. But that's an impossible amount of pressure. A task is information, not a verdict. An application tells you where you stand. A project teaches you what needs improvement. A conversation reveals reality. None of these things define your worth. When your brain stops seeing the task as a threat to identity, resistance decreases. Third, make the starting point smaller. Much smaller. Most people focus on finishing. The brain focuses on starting. And starting is where resistance lives. So instead of saying, "I'm going to finish this," say, "I'm going to do 2 minutes." Open the document. Write 1 sentence. Read 1 page. Because action creates momentum. And momentum changes how the brain evaluates effort. Fourth, separate practice from performance. Many people avoid action because every attempt feels like a test. But the brain learns best when pressure is lower. Allow yourself to create bad drafts, awkward attempts, imperfect work, because perfection creates fear. Practice creates progress. And finally, reward courage, not results. Most people only feel successful when outcomes are good. But your brain needs reinforcement much earlier than that. If you made the difficult phone call, that's worth noticing. If you started the project, that's worth noticing. If you face the discomfort instead of escaping it, that's worth noticing. Because courage comes before confidence, not after. Here's the simplest way to understand all of this. You're not standing still because you lack discipline. You're standing still because part of your brain believes movement is dangerous. Not dangerous to your body, dangerous to your identity. The task isn't what you're avoiding. The feeling attached to the task is. And when you finally understand that, something changes. You stop fighting yourself. You stop calling yourself lazy. You stop treating the symptom as the cause. Instead, you become curious. What am I protecting? What am I afraid to feel? What emotion keeps showing up here? Because awareness changes the entire experience. The next time you procrastinate, pause for a moment. Before judging yourself, before criticizing yourself, look underneath the behavior. You may find fear. You may find self-doubt. You may find uncertainty. But whatever you find, it will probably be more honest than the word lazy. And sometimes that's the real beginning. Not doing more, not forcing yourself harder, but finally seeing the emotion you've been running from and realizing it was never as powerful as it seemed.